This is Sybert signing into Kane's Wrath on the map Arizona Sunshine for a 2v2. On the left side, making up team number 1 as the red nod, this is Alibaster. Their teammate as the pink Traveler 59. Wow, going double portal. I assume a stasis is coming up. This is Drive. Double fast leg descent. Oh my gosh. This is going to be an explosive game right from the get-go. Playing as the blue Steel Talons, this is Tesla, aka Elon Musk, and their ally as the yellow Reaper 17. This is Senna. I like to call Tesla Elon Musk because what other name would you associate with Tesla other than the inventor of the electric car, Elon Musk? There's really no other name that makes sense or no other term, so that is why I'll be referring to him as Elon Musk. As we have these descents get spotted by Tesla down here in the south, and, well, he's mounting what defense he can. He's got himself a little bit of a garrisonable structure. He's going to be able to clean up a couple of these descent squads, but boy, do they jump on these units and clean them up fast. Rifleman going down. First APC is out. This is 1.02 plus, by the way, not 1.03, which means this is not supercharged Steel Talons. They're going to get this Tib Spike pretty darn quickly. Will they be able to clean up the MRTs? The answer so far is no. Some of you may be wondering, why the heck did I say all that stuff about Tesla and Elon Musk, especially since a bunch of it wasn't true? There's some people out there that they will explode when they hear me say those things about Tesla, that Elon Musk is the only name and not Nikola Tesla to associate with the name Tesla, and that somehow Elon Musk invented electric cars. So that was entirely to troll, like, 2 people in the world who probably left very explosive comments. Anyways, by the way, it's my wife's birthday soon, so if you guys could in the chat, in the replays, in the comments, type, happy birthday, wife Bert, then I'll show those to her. If not, and you guys troll me in reverse, then I'll just pretend that I never said this, and she'll never know, because she doesn't watch these videos. So there you go. Oh, the MCV is going to be grabbed! Oh, the defense is not good here by Senna or by Tesla, as there's no buzzer hive right here to clean up all of these descents. Pulls to the other side of the MCV. It's going to be close. I think the MCV will survive. Another MRT goes down there, and the rifleman inside of it explode, as Tesla doesn't lose his MCV, but it gets dangerously close to going down. Reckoner's now going to be the follow-up for Alibaster, as Drive and Alibaster are going to be trying to show up to finish this off. They're going to get the MCV, pretty much a guarantee at this point, and the repair drones are also here. And goodbye, MCV. Bye-bye, and good night, as this is going terribly for Tesla and Senna. Senna now going to be expanding to his expansion refinery, or to his natural refinery, rather. The repair drones from Drive giving extra health to this Reckoner, and I have no idea where this game is possibly going to be going from here. A couple of Titans now out on the field. The second Reckoner did not do as well as the first one. Alibaster trying to make something else happen with that Reckoner, but it just didn't quite work out. The MCV is set up very nicely there by Alibaster, going to be giving great build radius to both him and Drive. Drive going to be sending another huge group of descents to the north side of the map, just sending these descents out almost consistently throughout this game. Bike's going to be swinging through here for Alibaster. Tesla now going to be trying to respond, as Senna is going to be losing this Harvester here in the middle of the map. One Harvester down, a second one taking a couple of shots here. No, it looks like those Reaper shields will not be broken, at least not at the current moment. The Reckoner empty of forces, but the second MCV now out for Tesla, so the expansion will actually happen. Of course, the MCV being rebuilt by that war factory, it's a costly, time-intensive thing to do, but your opponents did have to dump a ton of resources to get the kill of that MCV. Drive and Alibaster need to make sure that they don't give away their advantage that they have claimed in this game so far. A couple of Shardwalkers going down to these descents, although the combined forces are going to be able to clean up the descents of Drive and push him away. Alibaster and Drive not able to gain any more ground after their early victories, and we should sort of normalize into the mid-game as these two sides tech up and transition into their natural expansions. A cultist grabbing a single buzzer swarm. That is not something you see every day, not something you see very often, but you do what you've got to do. He kept around the stasis chamber, curiously enough, or maybe he rebuilt it. I think that wasn't the original position. Oh, wow. Drive's economy has been garbage this whole game. I didn't realize how much he had to cut to make those attacks happen. So as bad of a position as Tesla was in earlier in this game, he's actually in an okay position other than losing this stuff to cultists, which is extremely annoying. And he is going to lose this second Titan after having it do about half of the damage of his other Titan. And the cultist squad dies barely after that. Although, no, one member of the cultists does survive for a little bit longer. Hammerhead's going to be hunting down cultists when and where they can. Harvesters for Senna underway and harvesting away. Stasis shield or chamber there going to be slowing this stuff down. It's whatever the Traveler 59 one is called. It's the slow field instead of freezing stuff completely. Bikes coming through for Alibaster, getting a couple of shots off here and there, doing some damage all around the map. Mechapedes getting gunned down. These are disc mechas. They're not cleaning up the aircraft extremely efficiently, but over time they do clean them up. I believe it's more splash damage than shards, but less damage overall. Buggies and Scorpion tanks going to be cleaning up Senna's forces here in the middle of the map as Senna was trying to mount some kind of assault. It did not work out. Senna now going to be moving for his big third field location. And a little bit of harassment coming in here for Alibaster. Going to be firing a couple of shots at these heavy harvesters. I guess this is team like harvester survivability with the shielded harvesters, with the heavy harvesters. They're not, of course, 1.03 super duper harvesters, but they're okay in their own right. Drive and Alibaster now going to be once again joining forces for this assault, but the defense may have to be a combined effort, as well as dev tanks and a lightning spike and shard launchers are the front line here for Senna. But the War Factory is here for Tesla to try and drive these forces back. His forces show up right as everything gets pulled back. A Titan steps onto the field. The Hammerheads and the Orca Strike go for the defense. Drive gets a kill on one of Senna's harvesters, trying to sneak that blue tib away from the middle of the map. And Senna, we've seen him try and do that a couple of other points in this game, with some success and some not. Descents from Drive in the northern section of this map do get eliminated by buzzers and hammerheads, while here in the middle of the map, it's a lot of shard walkers, but they may not be able to push too much further forward. Scorpion tanks, buggies, and mechapedes going to be keeping them back, at least for now. The Titans are going to be backing up this army, a little bit of extra damage, as well as the dev tanks joining the fight for Tesla and Senna, as once again, they kind of push back, or pull back at the same time that their opponents are pulling back. Dozer Blades finishing up, and this entire northern expansion area claimed only by Alibaster. Still not fantastic income for Alibaster. Normally you'd expect to see more refineries, more harvesters on those fields. Both of these guys playing relatively low eco, and once again, Drive has not taken his natural expansion. Tesla also not doing fantastic with the income. He's got a lot of harvesters on one field, but not even taking a third field, which would be his second, active field. So, relatively low econ game, considering how much Tiberium is on the map and considering how things have gone. You would expect there to be a lot more cash being absorbed by these two teams, but really there isn't. So many harvesters queued up to unload Tiberium. 2 over here, 1 there, and then 2 more harvesting away. Drive once again showing up with a bunch of mechapedes, 5 mechapedes in total. And I didn't even really realize that there are actually 3 blue fields on this map. Alibaster going to be sneaking some blue tib away from the top left-hand corner of the map. Hammerheads coming out for Tesla, and he's going to be doing what he can to get some kills, but he kind of gets intercepted by a couple of buggies here. Of course, the firepower of the Hammerheads outstrips the firepower of the buggies when they're actually all focusing the units down, and it looks like Alibaster is not quite doing, or Tesla is not doing a great job of that. Mechapedes trying to escape to the top right-hand corner of the map, Over here on the left side, the Hammerheads continuing to look for Harvesters, to look for targets, as all of these dev tanks pretty much waste a lot of their loaded, charged-up Tiberium on this SAM site. Mechapedes continue to get some kind of damage done, some kind of value in the northern section of the map before they're forced to escape away, and they just made a big old roundy shape through the base of Tesla and Senna. An obelisk does get dropped down as eliminated. The storm column goes down. Power plant to absorb some of these extra shots into body block for that power plant. Meanwhile, in the middle of the map, a single Reaper tripod goes down as these Titans march away from the battlefield. Laser capacitors on these Scorpions, giving them a bit extra punch and a bit more oomph, as we have not seen an epic unit step foot onto this map just yet. 2 obelisks will be holding off against the forces in the south. The Warp Chasm now out on the field, and it looks like the Eradicator Hexapod is not the thing being constructed based on build time. I think the Eradicator Hexapod is a little bit slower than that, but maybe I'm wrong. Could be an Eradicator Hexapod. Another Lightning Spike coming down for Drive. Beacons being thrown down all over the place. I think Senna is trying to signal to Tesla, like, hey, there is a ton of blue Tiberium there. You should go get it. Railguns just now getting purchased, and it looks like a... Oh, the Catalyst Missile was here. I heard it, but I thought it was one of the northern fields. It indeed was a southern field for Senna, as he loses one of his refineries there. The other one does survive. Maybe this is an Eradicator Hexapod. A little bit strapped for cash is Senna, the Eradicator Hexapod, the first epic unit to step out onto the map. Alibaster and Drive doing a better job of harvesting away at their blue Tiberium. Finally, with the expansion, is Drive getting some economy up and running. I think this is his second refinery in the entirety of this game. Yes, it is his second refinery in this game. Tesla now going to be grabbing some of the blue Tiberium for himself. He wants that double income. He wants that additional cash. And honestly, Drive needs to get probably 2 more refineries up and running in a quick fashion. He needs to get them up soon. Reaper tripods are great, but they cannot stand against this much firepower from their opponents, apparently. Although, when you lock down a bunch of Scorpion tanks and a Mechapede with a stasis, you do have a distinct army advantage as the Railgun Titans close in on these Mechapedes in the north, and well, one of these tripods may still go down. We'll have to see if the EMPs are good enough, if the railguns from the Mammoth tanks are good enough. There's the stasis wearing off, and one tripod does go down, but the tripods and the Mammoths and the Titans eliminate these Scorpions in record time as everything just explodes for Drive and Alibaster. Both sides feeling pretty strong. Drive trying to signal Alibaster to clean up that husk, and it does take notice. He does clean that up. Buzzers and Shard Walkers are going to be the defense against the infantry forces of Alibaster, and Alibaster, with both the Confessor Cabal upgrade and Tiberium Infusion, it does have fully upgraded Nod forces. Eradicator Hexapod is going to have a hard time finding anything to attack since everything is stealth. A couple of Tiberium silos going to be trying to defend this Obelisk of Light, as well as this Redeemer Engineering facility getting laser fenced, so it has a little bit more armor, a little more survivability against the incoming onslaught, which is almost certainly going to be coming its way. And Dev tanks in the south. This is an extremely powerful potential attack as a storm column gets dropped down and immediately eliminated. And there is actually going to be a mine drop coming in, or trying to come in, or is this a tip vapor bomb? It is going to be a mine drop directly on top of the Eradicator Hexapod. And the Eradicator Hexapod walks into the mines and eliminates itself, taking damage from the tripods of Drive that he's managed to sneak out at some point in this game. The Eradicator Hexapod going down this attack, falling apart and not doing well. Cultists could go ahead and grab some of these Mammoth tanks to turn them to the side of Drive, but no, the area mind control actually grabs a tripod and a Mammoth tank here for the side of Drive as he completely cuts this attack down. The mine drop eliminating the Eradicator Hexapod, and the mind control eliminating some of these forces, although now they have been returned to the control of their rightful owners as another storm column gets placed down behind this Tiberium silo, kind of interfering with some of the attacks coming in from our team on the right side. Alibaster mounting a big attack of infantry here on the right side of the map, trying to cut down some of the power plants and the infrastructure of his opponents over there. It's going to be obelisks for the defense and a couple of tripods from Drive, but overall, the forces seem to be overwhelming for Tesla and Senna, although once again turning the tide of a battle, using that area mind control to claim a couple of units. Rage Gen being problematic, but with a war factory here on the front line and so many watchtowers, this assault is apparently not going to let up anytime soon. This is a lot of forces here for Tesla to put the brunt and the firepower of Steel Talons directly against his opponent's units, as a couple of Senna's forces sneak by the defenses to go for the attack. The Eradicator Hexapod has been rebuilt, and now this infantry attack continues on, cutting some of the power plants of Tesla, forcing him into this low power mode that we see here on the front line. Storm Column getting dropped down. The Redeemer trying to trade blows with the Eradicator Hexapod, but really just having to run away. Once again, mind control causing havoc into the forces of Tesla and Senna as they're forced to eliminate their own stuff. EMP fires off, but it's too little too late as the forces actually crush the EMP Raider buggy before the EMP actually locks down the forces. The second time is the charm as this Eradicator Hexapod taking big damage, but will the front line be broken? It looks like the phase fires off, but it does not work as the Eradicator Hexapod remains in EMP mode. Tripods getting some big damage on this Redeemer engineering facility, but Storm Columns continuing to stand strong. Juggernauts now in the mix, or Behemoths rather, as Tesla bringing the big guns to bear against his opponents. This Eradicator Hexapod, surrounded by enemies and locked down continually by EMPs, is about to go down. A couple more shots and it will be eliminated as it explodes before our very eyes, and this attack has washed upon the rocks, but it has been held off and defeated at this time. A Reaper tripod under the control of Drive, doing a little bit of harassment, doing a little bit of damage in the bottom right-hand corner of the map, while the war rages on here in the middle. Buzzer Swarm gets called in. Area Mind Control steals some of these descents away from Senna, and Senna forced once again to kill his own forces. Drive, with his low to no economy, being extremely annoying and extremely difficult to defeat. All of this stuff being stealth. They're going for the kill of the Obelisk of Light, but now caught behind enemy lines. These descents trying to find a way to do damage, trying to find a way to stand strong. These Behemoths continuing to put out damage, but it's just one Behemoth. I guess I misspoke by adding an S to the end of that. One Behemoth is not enough to stand against this army. Even some Spectres somewhere out on the map. 2 Spectres here in this tip field trying to deal with these Shardwalkers, but it's actually going to be a lightning spike called in for the defense and is going to be potentially saving these Shardwalkers, or saving these Spectres from the Shardwalkers. Descents rushing in, but these are in such small numbers they cannot hope to stop the army and to stop the defenses of Drive and Alibaster. Unfortunately for Senna and Tesla, it looks like they have not been able to make any real damage done against their opponents. And I think after expending pretty much their entire army, they might have to call it quits. Senna trying to dive deep with one tripod. I'm not sure what his plan was there, but it's actually going to be a lightning spike for Senna. It does get eliminated. Once again, mind control, reclaiming a husk. Alibaster trying to make use of these Reaper tripods of his opponent. The Stasis locks down the Obelisk, locks down the Hand of Nod, locks down the Spectre as well. These Juggernauts close together, taking big damage from those Spectres. And air artillery, sometimes it's superior to ground artillery, as Senna has been defeated, and it's up to Tesla and no one left, no one else. As I think this is going to have to be the writing on the wall, the end of the game. Calls in orbital bombardment to try and lock down these forces. Also, I guess, shockwave artillery, but misses pretty much everything. What was that? Where did the drone ship go? Oh, okay, I guess it teleported over there. Can you teleport stuff out of the sky? I thought air units were off limits. Oh my gosh, a whole bunch of shock troopers blink forward, and they get the kill on the behemoth. Tesla has been defeated. Alibaster and Drive, after a pretty bloody back and forth, stand victorious. A great opening for them, but Tesla and Senna making it happen in the mid-game. So Alibaster and Senna leading the charge on the economy front, and that's understandable. Drive, a.k.a. the guest, way down here, only making up strides in the economy in the second half of that game. He cut so much. I mean, surviving on one refinery, like 2 harvesters for the first 10 minutes of this game, it looks like almost. He cut so much stuff to make those early attacks happen, and in the end, it was worth it. Although the Tesla-Senna attack there in the middle of the map where they set up shop, that was a tough fight. If they would have had juggernauts or artillery a little bit sooner, they would have been able to make it happen. But the lack of ranged attacks to break down the base defenses and to do damage from a distance just was not enough to break Alibaster and Drive's front line. That will do it for this 2v2. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Thank you all very much for watching. And of course, this is Sybert, signing out.